Hey YouTube, it's Glitch Pros here. As you can see, I'm doing a video on the campaign because I got a capture card for Christmas. Yeah. So you're gonna be seeing more videos as we go. So as you can see, I'm doing the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, Act 1, Mission 1. As I'm gonna be explaining this entire we're going through this mission, I'm going to be explaining some of the stuff that's going on, basically the things that are happening in this mission. And so as you can see, Shepard's, talking about, like basically generally defining in its own way modern warfare. If you think about it, modern warfare, person who has the biggest gun, it doesn't really matter. It really matters who's using it. Generally, and then freedom isn't just free anymore. You've got a cost of price, since more technology is going out, and generally things like that. So yeah, that's basically what he's talking about. And they make a lot of references. They make I don't know. This game kind of is like, talks about history a lot. Like everybody's kind of like, the history is written by the victors, blah 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 blah. Okay, so I start out the mission here. I'm starting the campaign with regular, difficulty is regular, and I think this is probably one of the most pointless missions because it contributes absolutely nothing to the story except the fact that you're just in Iraq or wherever the hell they are. I don't know where they are, where he is, but yeah. You're basically a ranger or whatever, and then you'll end up on the task force at the end of this mission. And if you read the title, it has spoilers in it to the campaign, because I played this campaign before. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, then don't listen. I'm just running around, and this entire campaign, all of these ranger guys, the shepherd or whatever, he seems like a very corrupt person, and he views all his soldiers very expendable. Like, he really doesn't care whether they're alive or dead, as long as the job is done. And he'll go at, just stopping nothing. Like, disobey laws, forget the total Geneva Convention and all that stuff. So I'm just shooting at my targets here, taking cover. I was doing a couple things at the time, so that's why I was playing a little weird right now. What I find funny is that there's a guy on a cell phone that's right looking to the left, right here. So during the entire campaign, you see, like, at the very end, you'll definitely see the very corrupt mess of everything. You just, geez. General Shepard, he's this big, bad, tough guy, and he's just, he really doesn't care. Like, he just doesn't care about anyone. He's a bloodthirsty war dog, and he's out for Markov. I can't exactly remember why they are, so if you wanted to know that, it's not me. But so they're after Markov, which is this terrorist guy, and so they're out for this terrorist guy, and he was also I think he was related with Zakiv, which was the big bad terrorist guy in Modern Warfare 1. So I think one reason why General Shepard is so corrupt, as you will see, is that is because of the nuke. As in, no one did anything. Everybody just kind of stood there and watched that happen, and just kind of like spectators on the sideline. But so he eventually kind of lost it in a way like that, and he's just. You'll see he's a very bloodthirsty war dog, kind of seeking for revenge. And in a way, he works with Markov in the entire campaign. And as you can see here, I'm on a Humvee with a Gatling gun, looking at civilians running by. which would see to me very creepy. And then you see, you know, little terrorist guys up there. I always have the first time I played, I was like, die, and I just shot them because I knew they were terrorists. But you know, it said you weren't allowed to see those targets, you know, whatever. But I was like, dude, they're terrorists. But whatever. So during this campaign, it's a lot of it is actually about General Shepard instead of the actual terrorists. Well, I mean, he actually is becoming one of the terrorists. It seemed as if he is one of the terrorists in this mission, in this game. Oh, sorry, you can see people are going on the top right now. Whatever. So, so during the campaign, like in the first Modern Warfare, there wasn't really anything that had to do with very much General Shepard. He was just kind of like, you know, a minor character. In this one, he's a major character. So yeah, he's a big part of the story. So you might want to listen to what he says sometimes. Also, the characters you play in the story, usually Call of Duty. I think all of the Call of Duties are like this. But I'm not sure because I've played them all, but I've had some of them I haven't played in like forever. So, but in this one, you're four different people. You're first off, you're Joseph Allen, and as you can read in the title, it's a spoiler. He gets killed in the mission No Russian because of Markov. Markov finds out he's an American, and they go. If you didn't know this, but the mission No Russian is where Markov and a few other guys go into a Russian airport and are shooting the hell out of everybody. Just shooting them left and right, attacking their ass. So as that's happening, Joseph Allen gets killed, and they find out, you know, he's the American or whatever. The Russians find out he's an American because they find his dead body, and it's been basically how the war starts. And then once that war, most wars in this game actually don't last that long. They only last like a week or so, which is kind of funny. But so yeah, once Joseph Allen dies, the mission before that, Cliff whatever, I can't remember the name because I don't know the name by heart. But you're this guy named Roach, and instead of being so McTavish, you're this guy Roach, and Soap is actually your higher commanding officer, and you're the lower one. So you go through the mission, and eventually, you know, kind of towards the end of the story, Roach dies, which sucks, and he actually gets killed by General Shepard for reasons I'll have to explain to you later, because I don't want to explain it all right now. I don't have enough time. It's only 10 minutes and 54 seconds. But, still. So then, after you die, you also get to be Soap McTavish in the later on missions. And you get to be this other American guy who's actually, who's in the U.S. military, and he's defending Washington, D.C., trying to fight off the Russians as best he can. Well, and eventually we do succeed because Russia sucks. Because they're retarded. So, yeah. Then you just trolling through the campaign, and the ending mission is, which is my favorite mission, because first off, it's got this awesome climatic point, and it's the best of the storyline, because there's going to be a sequel to this game. I can just tell it, because you don't know what happens to Soap. Yeah, you don't know what happened to Captain Price, and you don't know what happens to Nikolai, which was from the first one. Yeah, he's kind of your pilot around this game, which was kind of cool and interesting to me. But back to the campaign mission. There's really nothing there's nothing I really need to describe. Just going through this little town or whatever, this city or whatever, just killing terrorists left and right because they're annoying. Because they're gay. So, I don't hate gay people, it's just a term to use in retarded, or whatever. So you can see this mission's almost over, and as soon as I'm done killing all these stupid terrorists, General Shepard's gonna go up and is like, you're in the task force now, boy. Listen, you're under the command of me, or whatever, you know? And then that's how the mission ends. And so, that's, basically, that's just generally how this, the first mission, it really doesn't explain anything in the storyline, like most of the other stories do. Like, the gameplay in this, if you wanted to know, is kind of really predictable. The AI, like, as much as the graphics are and as cool as the guns are, they're not, like, it's not really different. It's sort of kind of the same all the time. And I'll get back, I'll keep on explaining that in the next mission. But as you can see here, the campaign's this mission's pretty much over, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, see you guys.